Fainted Pokemon is often the subject of question among fans. Just simply Googling the idea will produce a plethora of silly comics. But while these comics are silly, it doesn't stop them from being correct. Why can trainers not catch fainted Pokemon? There is no real answer after 6 main games, 700 plus anime episodes, and several mangas. You'd think Game Freak would have said something, right? So, today's topic will be just that. Why fainted Pokemon cannot be captured. However, if today's episode isn't enticing enough, stay subscribed for the coming weeks, where I will be discussing missing trainers from New Island and Baby Kangaskhan. So, let's jump straight into today's theory. Let's begin with a few theories. One in particular that had never occurred to me was suggested by Jen, and she said that if fainted Pokemon woke up in a Pokeball without understanding how it got there, it would just burst free and escape. This one never occurred to me before, and I don't think it's the main reason, but it's compelling nonetheless. Another theory suggests that there's no sport in it. It would be all too easy to faint Pokemon and just throw a ball at it, capturing said Pokemon. Even in the anime, Pokemon can be taken down in groups fairly easy with one mass attack. So what would stop Team Rocket from going to a weaker place and capturing all the Pokemon that there is? In fact, that would make Team Rocket a monopoly for people getting Pokemon, since Pokemon capturing would be so easy. Can you imagine Team Rocket selling dead Pokemon? Kids tossing out these Pokeballs only to find Spearows with big X's over their eyes? Yeah, maybe it's better that we can't catch fainted Pokemon. But it isn't that easy, and though that is pretty unsporting, I doubt that's the reason. So, how does one catch a Pokemon?
But Proto, we already know how to catch a Pokemon!
Yes, but it is still required to set the base of the theory, so just relax and enjoy the show. From the first game to the most recent, there is usually some kind of tutorial that will teach the player how to capture Pokemon. It's kind of needed to play the game, and will become second nature to any seasoned Pokemon veteran. Just make sure if you talk to an old man not to fly the Seafoam Islands afterwards. Crazy stuff happens when people do that. Stuff that can't be unseen. Stuff that'll never be forgotten. Pokemon can be injured in ways to aid capturing aside from their hit points. Freezing, paralyzing, and putting the Pokemon to sleep will help with capture rates. Along with this, Selfco and Devincorp developed specialized Pokeballs that increase the chances of capture and are working on a Master Ball even to catch Pokemon without fail, except for that 0.0001% chance. So it seems like capturing a Pokemon isn't that hard. Just battle it with your Pokemon and throw a ball. Unless you're in the Safari Zone, then you have to throw rocks at the Pokemon and hope that it doesn't get pissed off and run away. Seriously, who thought that was a good idea? Just throw rocks at these killer Pokemon. Rhyhorn is a rock type too, for Christ's sakes. Like, a rock is going to even bother it. Throw a rock at that bull type Pokemon, then wake up in the hospital and wonder why you have a second butthole. Well, Safari Zone aside, all it takes is battling a Pokemon until capture. But hold it right there, if you faint that Pokemon, you can't capture it. But why? Well, it is simple really. It's explained through several things in this series, and using some commonly accepted or viable theories, we can put it together and make sense of it. In the beginning, Ash is explained that Pikachu doesn't like its Pokeball, and some Pokemon don't like being captured. In the manga, it is shown that Black Fog kills itself instead of being captured. And later on, in both the anime and the games, it's shown with Mewtwo and several other random Pokemon that they don't like Pokeballs either. So, it's apparent that there is reason that Pokemon don't want to be captured, and why they fight so hard to resist it. In Pokemon Origins, it shows what happens when a Pokemon breaks free of the Pokeball. Mewtwo exploded from the Pokeball, completely destroying it. Why are these Pokemon able to do this, and how can they escape capture? What prevents them from being captured when they are fainted? When Pokemon faint, they run out of energy, and when they have no energy, they also have no digital signature. You might be scratching your head and saying,
What's a digital signature?
every Pokemon captured is assigned an individual number for the PC and stored accordingly. Throwing a ton of Pokemon into PCs without actually numbering them would be a mess. They would get lost. As for the digital part, Pokemon are closer to Digimon than most people people think. They are digitally stored through the energy they have. Pokemon are made up of two types of energy sources, hit points and power points. The power points do not drain the Pokemon's hit points or its will to fight, leaving it capable of surviving on its own. When a Pokemon's hit points are drained, it faints, or its will to fight is over. This also means the energy it produces is gone. There's no signal, no frequency, no digital signature for the Pokeball to bind to it. This is why the same Pokeball cannot house several Pokemon, because there is no single digital signature. Throwing a Pokeball at a fainted Pokemon could catch it, but there's nothing stopping that Pokemon from escaping, as its digital signature isn't bound by it. And also, the Pokemon would not see its captor as its trainer, but instead feel imprisoned, because the trainer did not defeat the Pokemon and catch it properly. There are many examples of Pokemon that do not obey their trainers, from Charizard to Dragonite. It's all bad. Recapping, Pokemon cannot be caught fainted because they have no digital signal or energy to bind them to the Pokeball and prevent their escape. Pretty simple explanation, even though it takes quite a bit of thought to figure it out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give me a like and share if you can, and I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Good gaming, and God bless.
Thanks for watching my video and making it to the end. If you want to see my theories a day early, make sure to head over to my Patreon, where donators get a day early viewing of my newest theories. And follow me over on Twitter to see my updates about certain videos and access to some cool unlisted hidden content as well. If you don't have Twitter, I am on Tumblr too, so be sure to check out my videos on your preferred social networks or subscribe here on good old YouTube. I've been on YouTube for a while now, and I don't plan on going anywhere soon, so I hope you keep supporting me by liking the video and sharing it where you can on Facebook or Twitter or other forums as well. Thank you again for taking a bit of time out to support me, and I hope to see you here next time on Pokemon Theory. Please note that in all my videos, if I use images from Google, that I do not own any of those images, and all images obtained from Google are owned by their respective owners and copyrights. So please remember this when watching my Pokemon theories. Thanks.